Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Sports Fan MK. My name is Mike Richards. Thank you for tuning in today. Today we're going to be talking about the March Madness. The March Madness is a couple days away. We're going to be talking about the good teams, the great teams, and yes, the sucky teams. We're going to be talking about the good, the great, and the ugly. We're going to start off with the schools that has the most March Madness tournaments appearances in history. This is the top 5 schools that has the most March Madness tournaments appearances. Number 1, Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky Wildcats has 62 total appearances in March Madness tournament. And by the way, Anthony Davis played for Kentucky. Number 2, North Carolina Tar Heels. North Carolina has a total of 54 tournament appearances in March Madness. And by the way, Michael Jordan played for North Carolina. If you don't know who Michael Jordan is, you really don't know anything about basketball. Number 3, Kansas Jayhawks. Kansas Jayhawks has a total of 52 tournament appearances in the March Madness. Wilt Chamberlain, the great Wilt Chamberlain, played 2 years for Kansas. Number 4, UCLA Bruins. UCLA has a total of 51 tournament appearances in March Madness. Lou Alcindor played for UCLA. If you don't know who Lou Alcindor is, we will be talking about him later on. Rounding up the top 5 is Duke. Duke has a total of 47 March Madness tournament appearances. And Grant Hill played for Duke. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is your top 5 schools that has played in the March Madness tournaments in history. Next, let's talk about the school that has the most Final Four appearances. Number 1, leading the way, is North Carolina at 21. Second, UCLA 18. Tied for third with 17 goes to Duke and Kentucky. And number 4 goes to Kansas with 16. Those are the schools that has the most Final Four appearances in March Madness history. So what you've all been waiting for, who has won the most national championships games? That would be the UCLA Bruins. They have won 11. They won 1964, 1965, 1967, 1968, 1969, 1970, 1971, 1972, 1973, and 1975, 1995. Yes, they won 11 times. And the record, 88 straight games they won from 1971 to 1974 is still a record today. They won 88 straight games. Earlier, I mentioned Lou Alcindor. Lou Alcindor, later on in life, changed his name. He changed it to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is one of the greatest basketball players that ever lived. He is the greatest high school basketball player that ever lived. He is the greatest college basketball player that ever lived. And he is one of the greatest NBA players that ever lived. In high school, at Power Memorial Academy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar went 95-6 in high school. 95-6 was his record. He won 3 consecutive New York City Catholic School championship. In college, he won 88-2. 88-2 for UCLA Bruins. He won the national championship in 1967, 1968, and 1969. He was also MOP, most outstanding player, in those 3 years. He probably would have done it in 1966, but back then, freshmen couldn't play with the varsity team. So in 1966, his freshman team beat the number 1 team in the country. Yep. UCLA Bruins varsity team. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's freshman team in 1966 beat UCLA's number 1 team in the country in a scrimmage. In the NBA, he won 6 titles in the NBA. 1971 with the Milwaukee Bucks. With the Los Angeles Lakers, he won in 1980, 1982, 1985, 1987, and 1988. He is one of the greatest basketball players that ever lived, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All right, so all that was the good part. Now let's take a look at the bad and the ugly part. We're going to take a look at the teams that made the tournament, the March Madness tournament, without making the Final Four. The top 5 teams. Leading the way, BYU. BYU has made the tournament 32 times without making the Final Four. Second, Xavier. To me, this was a surprise. I thought for sure Xavier made the Final Four sometime, but nope. They made the tournament 29 times without making the Final Four. Next is Missouri. Missouri made the tournament 28 times and hasn't made the Final Four. And last, Tennessee. Tennessee, again, this is the men's basketball, not women's, men's. Tennessee, 26 times they made the tournament, and not once have they made the Final Four. Those are the 5 teams that suck in the tournament. As you can see, I'm wearing a Cal Bears sweater here. Yep. Go Cal Bears! Go Cal! Woohoo! The last time that the Cal Bears won the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship was in 1959 when they beat West Virginia 71-70. And the last time that they made the Final Four was in 1960 when they lost in the championship game to Ohio State 75-55. That was the last time that the Cal Bears made it to the Final Four. Yes, they suck too. Come on, Cal, what's wrong with you? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Sports Fan MK saying thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.